The following portion of the Arizona Daily Mix is sponsored on behalf of Abbott by A1 Broadcast.
The holidays are about spreading joy, but it's also a time when celebrating with friends and family. And you know what? You can get sick. Last week, Teresa talked with Dr. Mary Rodgers to get some tips for staying healthy during the holidays.
Well, good morning, Dr. Rodgers. We're glad you're here. The holidays are a time to spread joy, but often in the process, we spread some illnesses, flu, COVID, RSV, strep. What are your tips for staying healthy during the holidays?
We all want to enjoy the holiday season, but you're right. It is a time where there's a lot of different bugs spreading around, and so we want to be healthy. Some things you can do to stay healthy during the season are some of the basics, some of the common sense things that we all know about, like washing your hands often. That's a really simple way that you can protect yourself. And I also suggest don't share drinks if you can avoid that. I know my own kids, I try and don't finish their drink if it's respiratory season, and you might get something that way. But also if you know someone is sick, it's a good idea to avoid them so that you're not exposed and potentially carrying it on. But even with all of those things said, sometimes you can still get sick. And so when you do, when you start to feel something coming on, it's a good idea to do testing right away. And I think we're all familiar now with doing testing at home with something like Abbott's Binax Now test. But what a lot of people don't realize is that you can also go to a pharmacy or an urgent care clinic and get a 15-minute rapid test with Abbott's ID Now system, where you can get tested for COVID, for flu, for RSV, and even for strep throat. Since a lot of those have the same symptoms, it's really hard to tell until you do testing, and they all have different treatments. So you really want to be sure and work with your healthcare provider to make the best informed decisions with the test results.
How does rapid diagnostic testing work?
It's really simple to do a rapid diagnostic test. It really starts with doing a swab in your nose or in your throat, and then the swab goes directly into the test. 15 minutes later, you have an answer, and you can talk to your healthcare provider and use that as information about what the next choice is for maintaining your own health, if you need treatment or not, and also keeping others healthy in your family, because obviously we want to keep everyone healthy during the holiday season.
When do you think it makes sense to do a rapid test, such as the ones you just showed, or to just go to the doctor?
This is a question that's always on everyone's mind. You know, we wonder what we should be doing when we start to feel sick, and can we just figure something out at home first? And luckily, we do have testing available that you can do at home for COVID, and that's a good first step. But whenever you're feeling sick, you really should always check in with your healthcare provider, and they'll give you the best guidance about whether you should come in or not. If you do need to go in, or if they suggest you could do testing at a pharmacy, you can get a result in 15 minutes, and that's where these tests come in and are really useful, so that we don't really have to guess anymore. We can actually know exactly what's making someone sick and then act on it.
How can testing help parents with sick kids over the holidays?
This is near and dear to me, this topic, because I'm a mom and I know how easy it is to go into crisis mode as soon as you hear one of your kids coughing. I know I've been there many times. But really, it's especially important for kids to get an answer quickly. You don't want to spend all day in a doctor's office if you don't have to, and your healthcare provider can help you understand what you need to do to take care of your kids so that they can be healthy, and understand whether or not they can go to school, which is another really big, important question that every parent really has. So doing rapid testing whenever your kids start to feel sick is really important. The earlier you do it, the better, so that you can prevent something from getting worse or from spreading to everyone else in your house.
Thank you so much for this great information. Where can we go to learn more?
You can go to our website, which is rapidtest.abbott, ABBOTT, and you can learn everything you need to know about our tests.
Thank you so much. I hope your holidays are happy and healthy.
You too. Stay well.
The preceding portion of the Arizona Daily Mix was sponsored on behalf of Abbott by A1 Broadcast.